Welcome to PlayStation VR. If you've already unboxed your PSVR, all these components are lying around your room. Here's how to put it together into your very own virtual reality system. You should already have a PlayStation camera connected to your PlayStation 4, and hopefully a PlayStation 4 connected to your TV. First step, disconnect the HDMI cable from the back of your PlayStation 4 and plug it into the back of the processor unit, leaving the other end plugged into the TV. Next, take the PSVR HDMI cable labeled number 1 and use that to connect the processor unit to your PS4. You'll also need to connect them with the USB cable labeled number 2 by plugging one end into the PS4 and the other end into the back of the processor unit. Now, let's get powered up. Connect the AC power cord to the AC adapter labeled number 3. Plug the other end of the AC adapter into the back of the processor unit and the free end of the AC power cord into your favorite wall outlet. With the VR headset connection cable labeled 4, slide back the front right side of the processor unit to open those ports. Line up the symbols on the plugs with the symbols over the ports. Plug them in, then slide the cover back. The other end plugs into the VR headset's cord labeled number 5. Make sure that the symbols line up here as well. Plug in the stereo headphones into the jack on the inline remote so you'll get the full effect. Your own studio quality, noise-canceling, bass-dropping headphones are fine too. No offense taken. Take a moment to make sure everything's hooked up right. Okay, now let's turn on your TV, then your PlayStation 4, and PlayStation VR last. You'll know everything's connected properly when the tracking lights on the back of the headset start glowing blue. When that happens, stand back for a moment and admire your work. You now have a virtual reality system in your home, all ready to go. All that's left is to get you ready in part 3 of this tutorial. Okay, you've hooked up your PSVR. Now, it's time to get ready to play some games. Set up your PlayStation camera where it'll have a good view of the entire play area. Mounting it on top of your television is usually best, but you can also set it up at the base of your TV. With either placement, be sure the camera is not obstructed and is able to read the headset's tracking lights, as well as the lights on your DS4 or Move controller at all times. While you're enjoying your PSVR, you'll need to establish a play area of 6 feet by 10 feet. The camera's position should mark the center line of your play area, which looks like this. For your safety, you'll need to clear out all of the furniture, toys, exercise equipment, pets, and other obstacles before you put the VR headset on. For added safety and peace of mind, you should create a nice buffer zone outside the play area. It's also a good idea to stay seated while enjoying your VR experience. The 9 tracking lights on the PSVR headset track your movement in correlation with the camera during your virtual reality experience. If you happen to stray outside of the play area, you'll receive a pop-up warning prompting you to return to the suggested location within this designated space. Try to limit any light sources directly behind you. They might throw off the headset's tracking capabilities. It's also a good idea to close any curtains or shades. Now, it's time to get you in the game. Keep your controllers handy and put your stereo headphones on. If you're using on-ear or over-ear headphones, these go on over the PSVR headset. You'll likely be doing things like fighting intergalactic wars and defeating ancient evil. So you want your headset to have a snug but comfortable fit. There are 2 main buttons you'll be using to adjust the size and fit of the headset: the scope adjustment button located under the scope on the bottom right side, and the headband release button. First, use the scope adjustment button to extend the scope, then press the headband release button to extend it and adjust the fit. With the headset now on, use the adjustment dial and back to fine-tune the size. The scope adjustment button helps the fit by allowing you to pull the scope inwards towards your face so you can easily place it where it's the most comfortable. To take the headset off, simply press the headband release button again. If you wear glasses, just put the headset on over them. Be sure to use the scope adjustment button to bring in the scope for a comfortable fit around your glasses. The first time you use PSVR, the headset will need some adjustments. Just do what our little friend here tells you in the PSVR's UI setup. He knows what he's doing. To recalibrate or change your settings later on, press and hold the PS button on your controller to bring up the quick menu. And select Adjust PlayStation VR, or go to the Settings menu for more setting options. If you want to play a normal PS4 game or watch a movie, you can use Cinematic Mode for the best experience. To enjoy Cinematic Mode, you may need to reset your screen's position. To do so, face forward in the direction you are sitting, and then press and hold the Options button to reset the screen position into its ideal place. Once everything is calibrated, you're good to go. Now, launch a VR game and enjoy the PSVR experience.